up, Taiwan? I'm Yvonne Yang with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. China has launched a controversial new civilian flight path near Taiwan, saying the route will reduce air traffic congestion. But Taiwan warns the move could further escalate tensions in the region. Alan Liu has the story.
China continues to ramp up pressure on Taiwan at sea and in the air. On Sunday, it announced a new feeder route for one of its flight paths in the Taiwan Strait, one that authorities in Taiwan are sounding the alarm over.
民航局6号宣布启用 M503 航线加 121衔接航线。
Beijing says the purpose of the new route is to ease air traffic congestion in the region and reduce flight delays, and that it benefits both sides of the Taiwan Strait. But Taipei has long raised concerns about the location of the path, and it's expressed strong regrets over the new route. The M503 air route was drawn up by China in early 2015. It sits on the western side of the median line in the Straits, putting it very close to Taiwan's sensitive airspace. Last April, China opened 2 eastbound feeder routes despite protests from Taiwan. Some experts say the latest move to activate the W121 raises security risks in the region.
可以把它想象成这种 M503 空中航路，就像立体的高架桥。M503 是干线，那么左右飞行的这个121、122、123就是支线。那支线启动之后，当然会让这主线的航路更为拥挤，那就压缩到台湾的防控空间了。
This is not the first time China has moved ahead with its plans on M503 without consulting Taiwan. In 2018, it ignored a previous cross-strait agreement to activate part of the flight route. And in addition to the 2 new feeder routes last year, it also moved the main path closer to the median line in the Taiwan Strait. Taiwan is getting ready to hold its largest military drills of the year, the Hanquang exercise. And with Beijing's latest move, the country's government and armed forces could be on even higher alerts in the days ahead. Klein Wang and Ellen Liu for TaiwanPlus.
At least 2 people are dead and over 500 injured after Typhoon Danas hit southern Taiwan on Sunday, carrying heavy winds and causing flooding in some areas. Our reporter Sandy Chi went to Chiayi, where the storm made landfall, to see how the city is coping.
Here in Chiayi in southern Taiwan, residents are assessing the damage after Typhoon Danas tore through the area on Sunday, uprooting trees, tearing shop signs from buildings, and destroying night markets. This is the first time in over a century that a typhoon has made landfall in Chiayi, bringing heavy rain and gusts of up to 180 kilometers per hour. The storm is now heading north. Many residents here say it was an uneasy night.
因为风很大，有点可怕，全部都倒了，全部都毁了。
第一次遇到那么严重，就是旁边全部住户都砸到，全部都是有。
After hitting Chiayi Sunday night, Danas has since exited Taiwan and weakened into a tropical storm. Though the typhoon has passed, its effect will be felt for quite some time, and residents here will sift through debris and damage of the once-in-a-lifetime storm. Devon Tai and Sandy Chi in Chiayi for TaiwanPlus.
Typhoon Danas took an unusual path across Taiwan, affecting some of the country's most populous areas. Cadence Coranta reports.
Schools and businesses are closed in many areas of western Taiwan after Typhoon Danas swept across the country, killing at least 2 people and injuring hundreds. The typhoon made landfall on Sunday night in southern Taiwan and then moved north, its eye leaving Taiwan early Monday morning. It's since weakened to a tropical storm, but officials say Danas will continue to affect Taiwan through Monday, warning of heavy rain and potential landslides. Most typhoons hit Taiwan's sparsely populated east coast, so this storm's path is unusual, affecting the country's more developed west, which Taiwan's president has warned could mean more serious effects.
这一次丹纳斯台风的路径比较特别，是由南到北，那主要是走台湾海峡，因为西部是平原多、人口密集，所以呢，受到的冲击，预期呢，也会比较大。
At least 500,000 homes lost power in the storm, and over 3,000 people have been evacuated, while strong gusts toppled the iconic archway of a large temple in southern Taiwan. Hundreds of domestic and international flights had been canceled, with around 8,000 people stranded on Taiwan's outlying Penghu Islands on Sunday, unable to fly back and frantically stocking up on food.
简单就好了，就现在被滞留在这里啊，回不去，就先赶快来买，要是买不到了。
Many areas took measures to prevent the worst impacts of the storm, but some, like Taichung and central Taiwan, still experienced heavy flooding. Rescue and cleanup efforts are now underway as the storm continues to weaken and move away from Taiwan, expected to next make landfall in eastern China. Justin Wu and Cadence Quaranta for TaiwanPlus.
Bloomberg says investors are going big on Taiwan's exchange-traded funds, or ETFs, putting over $19 billion in them so far this year, the most in Asia. Taiwan's ETFs drew more money than those in South Korea and China combined, coming in at $9.4 and $7.9 billion respectively. Taiwan-listed equity ETFs have long been popular with local investors. Experts say strong inflows are likely to continue, driven by demand from retail investors in a strong local currency. And for more on Taiwan's ETF inflows, Alec McDonald spoke to Li Tonghe, economics professor at National Donghua University.
How sustainable is this boom in Taiwan's ETF market?
I guess it is quite sustainable. First of all, in Taiwan's either stock markets or whatever the investment markets for investors pretty much dominated by retail investors. Okay, and so one thing is that because for the last couple of years we have this quite low interest rate environments, right? So retail investors are always looking for a high yield. So of course they don't want to face more, significant risk. So ETF is a kind of the investment vehicle can strike the balance between the risk and return. And the second thing is, I think last year or 2 years ago, the government actually started to push for this what we call the Taiwan individual savings account. Okay, so of course in this case, the government actually offers some sort of incentive for individual investor or retail investor to put their money into this TISA. I think maybe another one could be suddenly the appreciation of Taiwan dollar, right? So, and this is actually to make retail investor realize, okay, there are greater risk in investing in this foreign currency denominated investment vehicle.
Aside from the retail investors, what other advantages and benefits does this bring to the Taiwanese economy?
So this semiconductor industry, I guess they will still be a major driving force for Taiwan's economy, right? So we could see a lot of this ETF actually kind of like tracking this semiconductor industry's performance. Okay, so I guess this is probably one of the advantage of for this ETF in Taiwan, and because lots of particularly for those equity ETF, okay, and they track a lot of these semiconductor industry's stocks. So, and of course, other countries are trying to catch up with Taiwan's semiconductors industry, right? But it's gonna take I won't say a while, but probably maybe a decade or 2 decades, who knows?
So on the other side, what sort of risk does this open Taiwan's economy to?
ETF, I think ETF basically track the a pool of investment vehicle, right? Particularly for the equity ETF, they track those stocks, right? So one thing is that if the economy actually sort of like is going down, and then all the stock market will go down with the economy, right? So of course, in this case, then the ETF you are buying or you're investing definitely will suffer from this. So basically, they are going along with the economy. Okay, so this is the one thing for the risk for these investing in this ETF. Another one is because there are various the ETFs, right? So some ETF may not track whatever the underlying pools of assets very closely. So maybe there was some tracking error, so which probably will not give you whatever the return you wanted. Okay, so this is what I call the tracking error risk. Okay, all right. I think that these are the two major risks. Okay, the retail investor is gonna face.
That was Li Tonghe, economics professor at National Donghua University in Taiwan. U.S. President Donald Trump has called billionaire Elon Musk's plan to form a new political party, the America Party, ridiculous.
I think it's ridiculous to start a third party. We have a tremendous success with the Republican Party. The Democrats have lost their way, but it's always been a two-party system. And I think starting a third party just adds to confusion. It really seems to have been developed for two parties. Third parties have never worked. So he can have fun with it, but I think it's ridiculous.
Musk started to tease forming his America Party after leaving Trump's administration. Musk was previously close to the president, heading the White House's Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. Their relationship began worsening after he sharply criticized Trump's One Big Beautiful Bill Act last month. The bill removes subsidies that helped EV manufacturers like Musk's Tesla and raises the U.S. debt ceiling. The search continues for dozens of people still missing after catastrophic flash floods hit the U.S. state of Texas, killing at least 82. About 4 months' worth of rain fell over parts of central Texas early Friday morning, causing the Guadalupe River to rise over 9 meters and burst its banks. Among the missing are 10 girls and a counselor from a local summer camp. Rescue and recovery efforts are still underway. U.S. President Donald Trump has approved a request for federal disaster assistance and said he will probably visit the state later this week. A group of junior high school students is taking Taiwan's traditional dance culture to the Netherlands as they perform in the country's largest annual folk dance festival. Easy Wells has more.
These junior high school students have brought Taiwan's traditional lion and dragon dances to the streets and stages of the Netherlands for the country's biggest annual international folk dance festival, Op Rokel Days.
Geniet en geef Taiwan een groot applaus.
Joining performers from over 10 different countries, this marked the Yingbei Junior High School dance group's debut at the festival, and they pulled out all the stops.
Every single performance, they put all the energies inside of it, and also the special dragons they made, especially to coming to the Netherlands, like an 18 meters long dragon. It's amazing.
That special dragon, part of the intense planning and efforts that went into conveying the spirit of Taiwan and paying ode to its unique cultural heritage.
他们是在苗栗3义的一个团队，那花了1个月的时间，那为我们打造了这一条属于我们台湾、属于我们自己图腾的一家客家的舞龙。
And for the performers bringing the animals to life, it's not just about getting the movements right.
狮子其实是一个你要用自己的心情去带入的一个动物，我会比较知道怎么去控制我石头，可以怎么样跟小朋友互动。
It was skills like these that left a lasting impression on the local audience.
I felt very privileged to see the Taiwanese team perform. I was also really impressed by the young people, how focused and how energetic they were.
I really enjoyed the Taiwanese dances, and what I really liked was also with the multiple dragons. Yeah, and I just really like to see an insight in the Taiwanese culture.
The middle school students may have taken to the stage in the Netherlands, but for the audience here, it was a trip into the heart of Taiwan. Luffy Lee and Izzy Wells for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Finally, let's head to a village in the Netherlands for a traditional canal jumping competition. I'm Yvonne Yang. Take care, and I'll see you next time.